In this video, we're going to go over the usage summary. The usage summary is Optimum Control's version of an actual versus theoretical report. It's actually one of the most important reports in Optimum Control, as it will highlight any of the issues your operation might have. The usage summary should be reviewed every time you take a physical inventory. Within Optimum Control, there's a couple different versions of the usage summary. So to access those, you're going to select Reports at the top, and then from here you're going to drop down Usage Summary. And you'll see 4 different types. So the first one is the Usage Summary by Count Amounts. This is going to be your actual versus theoretical report based on the quantities that you counted. So it'll have your opening inventory total, your total purchases, your ending inventory, which will calculate your actual usage of every ingredient, and then it'll compare it to what we call the ideal, which is your theoretical usage, what we brought over from the POS versus your recipes. Then it's going to deduct the waste to leave you with a variance in quantity and dollars. So that's the usage summary count amounts. It's actually the one that's mostly used. Underneath it, we have the usage summary group totals. So this is actually going to be the actual versus theoretical, but summarized by category and group only. So a bird's eye view of what's going on. The top 25, bottom 10 version of the report will give you what the count amounts has, but only as the 25 overused and the bottom 10 underused. So it really gets to the point to show you, here's the things you need to address. The usage summary by values is like the usage summary by count amounts, except it doesn't have quantity, it only has dollars. Now to open the report, we're just going to select the type of report we want, and the report parameter window will pop up. From this window, you'll actually edit some of the information that's going to be on the report. So starting at the top, you'll have actualized usage. So what actualized usage will do is within every item you have an option to actualize. And if you actualize the item, whatever you physically use is what you theoretically should have used. So things like ketchup, straws, napkins, that kind of stuff you could actualize, and then it will take it from the report so it's not a variance. Show key items will allow you to only show the key items. So within the item window, you could select if an item is a key or non-key. And if it is key and you select this, it'll show up on the report. Stuff that's not key will be filtered off. You'll have your opening and closing inventory dates. So everything that happens between these two dates will be on the report. You'll have a hot list choice. Now the hot list is up to you. That's a customized list that you're going to make and count more often than normal. This will give you the option to see an actual versus theoretical on those selected items. So it's a great way to do a top 10 at 10 inventory list every night. Down here we have filters, so you could actually see inventory groups on the report, or you could filter off inventory categories. So if I want to just see liquor or beer or food, I could filter to that category. Or if I wanted to see dairy, I could filter to dairy as well as a group. The 3 dots beside this will allow you to turn off or on multiple groups or categories. So you can really tailor the report to your liking. So you'll edit whatever you want to see on the report and select Run. To explain the report, we'll just start at the top here. So you'll have your from and to dates. So that's everything that's going to be on the report will fall between these 2 dates. You're going to have your total gross sales directly from the POS imports. You're going to have your actual cost of sales in dollar and percent. Your ideal cost of sales, which is your theoretical, in dollar and percent. That will give us the variance, again in dollar and percent, with the waste, and leave us with the net variance, as you can see here. The headers here will be the description, so all the different items, the unit of measurement this is pertaining to, the opening inventory total in quantity, the period purchase in quantity, your ending inventory in quantity, which will then equal our actual usage. So our opening plus our purchase minus our ending gives us our actual usage with value. Next to that, we have our ideal usage, which is directly from our imports on the POS. So all the recipes in OC times however quantity sold will give you your theoretical usage in quantity with the value. The waste will be detailed from your waste log. So as you're entering it in there, it will actually translate to this report. And with all that detail, now we could look at actual versus your ideal, less waste, to give you your net variance. With the net variance now, you could actually troubleshoot the report a little. So one of the nicest features of this report is that it's drill down. So each of these could be clicked on, any of the data. So I could click on the actual item itself, and that will actually pull up an item activity report, which will take the same date range and show you everything that affected that item specifically. So opening inventory, sales, waste, purchase, all on a scale. The next drill down would be the opening and ending inventory. So if you click the ending inventory, it'll actually pull up a report to show you, here's all the areas you counted, how much you counted, and what you counted in each. So that is a great way if you count this item in 5 different areas. If 4 of the areas have numbers, but the 5th doesn't, well, maybe we missed that area when we counted. So this is a great drill down to ensure that everything was counted accurately. We could just click up here to the usage summary, and we're right back to where we left off. The period purchases are also a drill down. So if you click the total period purchase, it's going to pull up a report to show you every time you bought that item. Right in here you'll have the supplier, date, invoice number, quantity received, how much you paid, and then how much was added to stock. You could even do one further. You could click on the invoice number, and that will actually pull up the invoice where you entered that item. So you could drill down right to the source of where that came from. To return back to the usage summary, you'd select reports at the top and select the usage summary again. You could also drill down the ideal usage. So if we should have used 232 bags of coffee here, we could click and we could see here's all the stuff that we put that coffee in, all the different products. So we actually sold each of these 348 times, this one 717 times, and that equates to this much coffee per recipe we use. There's our total of 232 bags of coffee. Underneath this, we actually have the day-by-day import right from the POS and how much coffee we would have used because of it. And then at the bottom you have your total. So that's a great way to make sure that items are properly used in each recipe, that it's just not a math issue, and that's why we have a variance. Now we could actually also drill down by the headers. So if I click any of these, the whole report will sort right based off of that header. So if I want to see net variance and I click amount, it'll sort the whole report by total amount, from greatest to least or least to greatest. Another feature that's really nice in here is you could actually click the Excel symbol, and what that will do is take this report and open up Excel on your computer and put it in there. It'll be nicely formatted as well, so now you could actually edit some of the data or create new cells or formulas if you like. We have a couple other options on top of the usage summary as well. So from the top, you could actually click up here and you could export the report in various different formats. Or you could just simply click Print Report. Or you could actually go over here and you could edit your parameters so you could save the report as one of your favorites. So next time you look at reports, it'll be in your favorite selection and you'll be able to open it quicker. One of the most important things you should do when you're looking at a usage summary in the future is to look at this gross sales total. If you look at this total, you want to match that to your POS. Because if the POS sales and the gross total don't match, that means we're missing some of the sales. And that could be something that really throws off this report. So it's very important to review your sales and make sure you don't have anything like pending or just stuff that's not linked. So this total should always match your POS total gross sales to ensure the accuracy of the report. If you have any questions on this report or anything else, please call our technical support line at 1-888-798-5555 extension 1, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 Central Time.